So I have been working on this project for like 7 months or something. Absolutely insane. Just yesterday I finished my second sleeve, and so now all we have to do is stitch it together. But I'm really excited because like this is one of the projects that I like I didn't cut any corners. I like made sure everything was perfect. The whole point is that it's like a normal long sleeve shirt basically, because I did the stitches single crochet, and so like I mean, looking at it from far away it looks like a normal fabric. And then I also want it to be like super skin tight so the arms look a little cray, but it's because I made it fit me. I didn't like go in and then go out there. That's just like the way it sits for some reason. I don't really know why. And then like this is the other one, but like I even did it like this one is for my right arm, this one's for my left arm. Like it's very specific. But you can see here, this is a spot that I want to start the sleeve. So yeah, we are just gonna work on this project. I just wanted to like document me finishing it because I haven't done a crochet vlog in forever, and I keep trying to start one and then not having ideas for what I actually want to do in the vlog. So I thought I would just work on this project, and I wish I was not being lazy right now because I'm totally trying on for you so you could like see all the separate pieces, but unfortunately I am gonna be lazy about that. The only thing that I can't decide is like how far to connect the sleeve. I don't know even tell what I'm doing, like connecting the sleeve onto the top, figuring out how wide I want that to be, because like I literally don't know. Thinking about it, this is that way, so then just line up the stitches like this. Okay. Okay, so this is my shoulder essentially, and then that's the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is just like fold it in half so that my end is in the middle. This is like not really a tutorial, but I will kind of put a pattern of like what I did, but the whole point of it is like it's custom to me. So I'm not even gonna give like the amount of stitches I did because I don't remember that, but I will explain how to like set things up for it to fit you. Anyway, I guess I should count how many stitches this is. Okay. I'm like a little stressed. Like I can't believe this is finally coming to fruition. Like I literally have been working on this for forever. I would say it's my longest project, except I have a sweater that I started years ago and I never finished because I ended up using the rest of the yarn for other stuff, and so now I don't even know what yarn it is. So what I like to do when I'm stitching stuff together is to use one loop from each, but in this case I think I probably will do both because like the seam is going to be like in my armpit basically, so I don't think it'll really matter. Well, I changed my mind. I am gonna stick with one loop just because I like the way that seams look better when you do one loop. Actually, we're gonna do slip stitches. I'm just like freeballing this. Like this is where, yes, I'm being exact and like everything is custom to me, but I'm not like doing any research to make sure like this is the best method to do it. I'm just like throwing things at the wall. And like for the left arm, I got to probably my wrist, like shoulder to wrist, basically the entire thing, and then I tried it on and I realized I didn't like how it was fitting, and then I redid the entire thing, and then I did my right one and I essentially did the same thing, but I caught it like halfway through instead. So I don't really know what was happening there because I was measuring, but it just like wasn't enough, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully you can't hear my beans boiling in the background because I'm making lunch right now too. Also, if I don't end up liking how this looks, I'm gonna be so mad because the amount of hours I've spent on this project, like normally I can make a decent top in like 2 to 3 hours. I mean, that's normally if there's like some sort of mesh on it, but this, like, because it's just row after row after row of single crochets and then the sleeves being half double crochets and then me also redoing the sleeves a couple times, it is so many hours. Okay, we're getting there. Also, I hate that I have to weave in the ends on this because some projects, like, I don't care enough because I'm like, I like the project, but like I'm not actually gonna weave in my ends, like, sorry. But for this, I actually do care. Oh wait, I need scissors. Oh my god, that was chaotic. Or I guess I shouldn't cut it off because what if it doesn't work? Where do I? Oh, it's over here. Okay, let's try it on. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my god, stop it. That is so cute. I will say I still feel like I have too many stitches there, but whatever. Okay. Why is it perfect? Hello? I'm the smartest person in the world. Just kidding. The only reason I knew to put it right here is because I tried it on and like measured where I want the sleeve to be, so like it just like makes sense. But yeah, and then the one thing, the sleeve is gonna like fall off obviously, and so I'm gonna add a tie like right here. I should probably mark that stitch, but like right here, and then it's just gonna tie in the middle of my back between both sleeves. I'm so excited. You can probably like see the vision. Like if I stand like this, you can even like, am I cutting off? I can't see my viewfinder. But like that That's totally what it's gonna look like, right? So now what I'm gonna do is go here. I think I already chained one, right? Yeah, I did. And then now I can just cut it off. I can, how do I always lose my hook? Like I just, oh, there it is. I just had it, like here maybe. Oh my god, wait, that even looks cute. And I assume this is the same number. It should be. 1, 2, 3, 13, 14. Oh, wait a minute. 12, 13, 14. Okay, I have it in the wrong stitch, but I'll just ignore that, I guess. Wait, now I have to like think really hard. This going that way, so I want it to be like here, right? So then I tied on in that stitch, so it's 7 over that. And then I'm gonna tie the yarn 1 stitch over, since I am 14 stitches on this side instead of 15. So now we have this, we have our spot that we're gonna put it into. This is like the most random thing ever, but I keep ripping my nails like far back from the edge, and it hurts so bad. Like I literally did it on 2 different nails, and like that never happens. So I don't really know what's going on. I don't really know why like the edge here feels different. Like I thought I did foundation single crochets, but it doesn't feel like it. This is like my biggest yarn pet peeve, is like when all like the threads of the yarn like won't go through. Like, can you cooperate? Wait a minute. I'm going the wrong direction. That's embarrassing. Okay, why are like my stitches not really cooperating? Okay, now I am going to measure. Wait, oh my god, look at what I did. It's like inside out. I mean, I don't think it'll make a difference if I turn it inside out. Wait, the only thing about that is that then the seam is visible. It's not that visible, right? Yeah, I'm honestly gonna leave it. I've already redone this stitching like twice, so I don't want to do it anymore. But what I was gonna do next is go to this spot and find the spot where it matches on the other side. And I'm gonna tie it on just for a second, or honestly I'll just loop it through. I'll just cut this off really long in case I adjust it later, and then I'm gonna chain like, I don't know, like 40. Now I'm gonna chain 1 more, cut it off, and do the same thing on the other side. 1 extra, cut it off, and we are quite literally done, except for weaving my ends, which I'm not gonna do right now because why would I do that? But oh my god, I need to zoom out because this is so cute. Like, hello? Why is it perfect? I'm obsessed. Before I try it on, I'm gonna show you basically the pattern. So this isn't a tutorial, but this is the pattern that I'm coming up with based on like what I did. So like you have to customize it. You were doing rows of normal single crochets, but this amount is like pretty much your back because this is like a stretchy stitch. So you want this to be like obviously covering everything you need to from the front, but like not going all the way around in the back. You want this to be a majority of the back. But this is literally just single crochet in every stitch. For this row where I have a different color, I wasn't like doing any like fancy color changes. I literally just like chained 1, cut off my work at the end of this row, and then started the new row with new yarn. At the end of this, chain 1 and cut off my work with this color, and then switch back to the other one. Then you get down to the bottom, and now what you're gonna do is turn your work sideways like this and start single crocheting, and then you're going to start your next row, but now you're going to be single crocheting in the back loop, and then you're going to do that all across here. For your last row, I think I single crocheted into like this panel, so it might not have been into the back loop, but if you can do it in the back loop, that's fine. But basically just last row, you're single crocheting into this so that it connects. That is your base done. For the sleeves, what I did is I did half double crochets around, slip stitch into the beginning of the row so that now I'm working on like a circle, and I was trying it on every 2 to 3 rows because you're also going to want to throw in decreases. So if you don't really care how wide it is and you are fine with it being like a looser fit on your arm, you don't need to do decreases. But if you want it to be like a tight fit like mine is, you have to try it on over and over as you're working, because once you're like, it doesn't feel like it's fitting like skin tight, you're going to put a decrease at the beginning of your next row. You could be doing multiple decreases if you want, but I think it looks better to like do 1 decrease, do another row, maybe that row needs a decrease too, and then do a normal row with no decreases. It just like depends on your arm, but like very custom to how your arm, I guess, is shaped. And then at the end, I was having to decrease a lot to be able to like fit with like my arm compared to like my elbow, but that was fine. And then redid the same thing for the second sleeve, but again, I was doing it custom for my left arm versus my right arm. So if you're smarter than me, you would like write down which one you did first, because I kept forgetting and then having to try on the original one to see which one the new one was supposed to be. But either way, you do those with sleeves, same way. Oh, and then for the sleeves too, I did half double crochets instead of single crochets because I was overdoing single crochets, but you can do whichever one you want. You could even do double crochets, but the only reason I want it to be a smaller stitch is so that it's like you can't really see your skin through it. But if you do like double crochets, there's usually going to be some sort of gaps. And then I tried on the bottom part and I measured where I wanted the sleeve to start. It doesn't really matter where you want it to start, just like visibly where you like it. And then I reflected it on the other side. And then when I was stitching it together, as you saw, I was doing slip stitches from the back loop, and I started from that spot that I had, and then I went all the way up to the edge of my stretchy stitches, because I feel like if the sleeve is connected to the stretchy part, it's gonna like mess with it a little bit because it won't be able to stretch if it's connected to something that's not stretchy. But you can kind of like do it how you want. Like that part's not really as important. It's just that like you have it go from like the front under your armpit to somewhere in the back, and then again repeat it on the other side. And then when I tried it on, I measured where I wanted this to be. You don't necessarily have to do this, but because I have the sleeves so wide and like it's like a square neckline, I kind of need it so that like the sleeves don't fall off. And so I just like looked at my back as I was trying it on, and I was like, I kind of want the tie to be there. So like it's really just a lot of like that looks good for this pattern in the way that I did it. And then obviously at the end you're just weaving in your ends. I obviously will have written down all this while I'm speaking on the screen so that you can like understand what I'm saying. But yeah, and then I would also say I have a 4.25mm hook, and this is weight 4 yarn, so technically I'm like 0.75 lower than I should be, because for a weight 4 yarn you should be using a 5mm hook. But feel free to size down even more, because the smaller hook, the tighter the stitches are and the less stretchy it'll be. But this part doesn't need to be stretchy, only the back needs to be stretchy in this like this area. But then the closer the stitches are together, the less you can see through it. So yeah, that's basically my pattern and my process. And then I'm going to try it on really quick for you now, and then I'll film again later when like I actually weave in the ends and it looks cute and not all crazy with all these things sticking out of it. All right, let's see how it looks. It is so cute. Let me get a better angle because you can barely see me. Why is this the cutest thing I've ever worn in my life? I do need to like actually tie the back better when I actually wear it, because I didn't tie it well enough to like hold up the sleeves. But like so cute. I am kind of considering like, do I go one more stitch over? I think it's hard because I have the tank top underneath, so I can't really tell what it looks like in reality. But I realized it's a little bit difficult to get into, and I don't really want to do that whole process again. But like so cute. And obviously the only tie in the back, oh my god, look at how far over I tied it. The only tie in the back is for the top. There's no tie for like the base. And technically, if you just want a really cute tube top that fits and that you don't have to tie in the back, like I think all the tube tops that I've had tutorials for, you have to tie in the back, which low-key, maybe I'll make a tutorial for one of these tube tops. But basically, just do the base and don't do the sleeves and you're done. And there's no chains, there's no ties, like literally, I'm just like absolutely obsessed. I think this is like the best thing I've ever made in my life. And I said that before about the Pinterest top, which I probably named it something different for the tutorial, but the fringe top, basically, I love that top. But this, I just love, I adore. It's perfect. Like, hello. Oh, it's so cute. All the hours were worth it. Anyway, I'll come back and do a little cute like montage-y thing of me wearing it without the tank top underneath. But that was fun. I feel like I should like vlog me finishing projects more, because I get such like a big dopamine rush because I'm like, oh my god, it's done, this is amazing. And in the middle of projects, which is what you're normally seeing, I'm not like